Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. Thank you all for being here. I'm assuming a few of you will have seen me a little bit earlier on the One Leeds Football channel with Connor. So when you've watched this, make sure you go watch that. So, yeah, it's a bit of a deadline day, stream. We'll see what's going down. Like I said, there's plenty of action going to be happening at Leeds United today, not least, of course, Dan James's signature. He will be confirmed today at some point. We understand he is having a medical as we speak. I've got loads to show you. Of course, there will be some exits as well. It looks like there will be some exits leaving players that are on the periphery. You're talking the likes of Dan James. Dan James, what am I talking about? I'm reading something as it's coming in to try and keep you updated. You're talking the likes, of Robbie Gotts, Jordan Stevens, Bryce Asanma, Bobby Camwa, and we may even see Helder Costa leave the football club as well. But obviously, the big one at the minute is, of course, Dan James, still yet to be confirmed. What we don't want is another deadline day scenario that we had on previous seasons. I can remember 2 seasons ago that Dan James saga. We did a bit of a live stream on All Leeds TV. I had a suit on, I had a yellow tie and everything, a bit like Jim White. Back in my early days on YouTube, and we sat there till midnight. I was sat in my front room. I'd love to dig out the video, but we sat there till midnight, discussing it and going through it. And of course, it never happened. And then we had a bit of a similar sort of scenario last season where Rafinha, that seemed to go on for ages. If you remember, I did a 9-hour live stream that day. 9-hour live stream that day. I think it was 9 hour. It could have even been more. But like I say, today it looks like things will be happening a little bit quicker. You would hope anyway, because like I say, Dan James is of course due to go away with Wales in their international break. I think Tyler Roberts was supposed to be going, but I don't think his visa has gone through, which meant that he can't fly to Russia, I think. But let's have a look at some of your comments before we go through the stuff. If you're watching, guys, please do share it on social media. Get people to come in and get involved. Damar Facey, look, he was there that day. What a stream that was. So was Bobby. Nice to see so many is still sticking around. Shane Shanks as well. Anna Millie's here. He says, now then, people. We've got Greg Livingston. Where is Costa going? Meaning, which club is he going to? I know that Valencia hold an interest in Costa. Costa followed Valencia on Instagram not too long ago as well. I think as some of you will remember that. So maybe that could be the move. Good to see so many members in the chat as well. Gamer Guy Ethan says, welcome to Deadline Day. We've got Alison and Marty Adams. We've got Sir Daddy, who's a West Ham fan. He said, West Ham have signed Vlasic. I'm really excited. Of course, you signed Kurt Zuma as well. That's some big moves. Guys, I put a little poll in the chat as well. I wanted to see if any of us thought that we would get a centre midfielder over the line. And looking at the comments there, 67% of you at this moment in time say that we won't get him over the line. Nice to see Harmony's in the chat as well. Another member, she says, I really can't get behind this worst decision in years, she says, about the Dan James saga. She's not a fan. She's definitely not a fan. The Gob Sheet says, afternoon, Joe. Afternoon, mate. Hope you do really well. But let's have a look at the Dan James situation that we find ourselves in currently. I'm just gonna share my screen with you so you can see this stuff now. So Dan James, this was 4 hours ago, guys. So Dan James was preparing to undergo his medical this morning. Everything is in order. Leeds are happy with the £25 million fee. They feel it's realistic, in comparison to fees paid for Joe Willock, Buendia and Tammy Abraham, etc. this summer. Of course, I asked the question, do you think we would get O'Brien? He hasn't responded to that yet. He's been pretty tight-lipped, you would say. But yeah, where do you guys stand? Let me know, guys. Where do you guys stand on the transfer fee? Are you happy with of course the transfer dealings? I'm going to put a little poll up for that. Are you happy? Let me just put that up with the 25 million fee for James. Let's put that on and let's put that up to you guys in the in the chat to see if you're happy with the £25 million paid. And I think there's something in that to say for the likes of Joe Willock, Emi Buendia and Tammy Abraham have gone for similar sort of fees. Don't get me wrong, I think Abraham's a level above. Buendia is a great player as well. Joe Willock more around that, you know. Pecan member says 25 is a bit expensive, but that's the market right now, and I think that's true. We have to believe, you know, that is the market at just 25 million. I think if you strip it back as well, I was saying on Connor's show a little bit earlier on, you know, Dan James went to Manchester United for 15 million. Of course, when you're moving a player on of Dan James' age, you're going to want to make a profit on him. You know, that's facts. Like they're not going to want to take a lesser fee. And we believe that he went to that. Of course, he went to Manchester United for 15 million. They've made 10 million on him. It is 25 million up front with significant add-ons, which could lead up to about 30 million, I believe. So he won't break the transfer record that's initially been mooted. But I think, look, 25 million, it's the going rate, really, isn't it? And I think Leeds fans need to get used to this for me, because if you're going to buy in England, you know, that's the sort of fees you're talking about. I mean, look at Ben White, for example. He went for 50 million to Arsenal. And, you know, we're getting Dan James, who is a great age. You know, he's a great age. Bielsa loves him. Right. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. He's 23-year-old as well, guys. Let's remember he's 23-year-old. Lars Vlauer with a super chat there. Thank you very much, Lars, for your support. That means an awful lot. Please do smash the like on the video as well, if you can do, guys. That would be greatly appreciated if you could do that for me, as I say. I will also put in the chat, you can also vote for me in the best new content creator category at the FCA's, the Football Content Awards. So if you would like to do that, then please do that. You can also donate as well. We're doing the Yorkshire Free Peaks for charity. So with the Leeds United Foundation. So you could also, as I say, just you could donate there if you can as well. I'm just looking on the Twitter sphere. As I say, we've got loads to go through, guys, so stick with it. But I just want to get your thoughts in the chat first of all. Like I say, so we asked, are you happy with the £25 million fee for Dan James? 63% of you say yes, that you are happy with that as a fee for Dan James. But this is the thing as well. Where does he fit in? Where does Dan James fit in, guys? Where do you think he fits in? Well, the guys at Leeds United Live, you know, where Connor works, actually, you know, we were discussing it on his channel as well. You could see something like this if I'll just share my screen with you now so you can take a look at that. You can see here, they've gone for, you know, Stuart Dallas in midfield, Rafinha in the 10 maybe. You know, playing where Rodrigo and Tyler normally play. You've got Dan James on the right. He's a right footer as well, guys. We're so stacked with left-footed forwards that, you know, Dan James on the right, Jack Harrison on the left, and of course Patrick Bamford up top. That's what we could see. This versatility between all these three here as well. You can imagine Harrison, Rafinha, and Dan James all being pretty interchangeable. And then in here you'd have a Dallas, you'd have a Click. Maybe we'll see a midfielder come in as well. Could we see, you know, Costa maybe? Maybe could we see Lewis O'Brien, or will we stick with, you know, will we stick with what we've got and Click, Dallas, Forshaw, Shackleton can go in there. You could even argue Click could go in there, etc. So that's how they feel that we could line up, which I think would be decent. I do think would be decent, and it would frighten teams. It would frighten teams. The pace that Dan James gives us would frighten teams. 100% it would frighten teams. I'm massively on board with it. I know some people aren't, but you know, I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move for Leeds United. We're getting quite a lot of people from Manchester United also saying it's a good move as well. They think he'll do really well under the tutelage of Marcelo Bielsa, which I have to agree with. He'll go from not getting coached. Okay, maybe I've been a bit harsh. They do coaching, of course they do, but is it to the level of what Marcelo Bielsa gives you? Probably not. You know what I mean? So I'm just having a look here. Graham Smith just put out an article as well. He said there's a lot of talk about people, saying Rafinha into the 10, and he asked Bielsa about that. And let's just see what was said there. Let's have a look. It's not difficult to understand why the idea of Rafinha making way by shifting into the centre would capture the imagination, at least outside Thorp. When the question of his suitability in the number 10 role was posed to Bielsa in November, however, the head coach didn't rule it out entirely, but made it clear where he sees Rafinha plying his trade. He said, fundamentally, he plays on either wing. He is a player who is naturally very attacking with ability to get in behind with dribbling skills. They are virtues to attack, and these are skills applicable out wide as well as in the centre. I won't say that I won't use him in any other position, but fundamentally, I see him as a player to play on either wing. He has played in the centre as a striker and an attacking midfielder, but he arrived in our team to be an alternative or option on the wing. So maybe he's shutting that down there. But that was in November, wasn't it? That was before Dan James came in. There is even a case as well, guys. We've known in the past that Jack Harrison has played in the false nine for Leeds United at times. So there could be a case that might happen, Maybe he could be moved there. I prefer to see Rafinha there, but that's just my opinion, guys. Some other potentials at Leeds United is, of course, we've been linked with Jens Costa again. It looks like that deal could be on, which I know would excite Harmony. If I just share with you an article that's being reported now over in Sweden, etc. So it says Leeds have held talks with £14 million Jens Costa ahead of a potential deadline day move. Apparently we've held talks with Midfield. I'm going to say Midfield because I don't know how to pronounce it. My apologies. Ahead of a potential deadline day move, according to Extra Bladet. Defensive midfield is certainly an area where Leeds boss Marcelo Bielsa will want to strengthen. He needs to bring in competition and cover for Phillips. Costa would be an excellent option for the Whites. And it seems as though the Yorkshire outfit have a chance of signing the Swedish international today. It says that we've held talks with him. Whether or not it is, I'm not sure. We know that Brentford have held an interest. Of course, the Brentford owner actually owns FC Midtjylland as well. So we'll have to wait to see on that. Would I be happy with that? Yes, 100%, especially at a fee of around about 14 million. Another one, obviously, that I put on the thumbnail that I think still not dead for me is, of course, Lewis O'Brien. Could we move for Lewis O'Brien? It could be an option. He's available for around about 8 million. Leeds United wanted to pay 4. We'll have to see if there's any movement in that. But as I say, at this moment in time, it looks like Dan James could be the only one. I'm hopeful, though. I don't know how you guys are feeling. I know 69% of you felt that we only get Dan James in. Would you be happy with that as a window, guys, if indeed it was just left as Dan James being the only incoming? But like I say, Dan James should be confirmed very, very shortly. We just some exits as well, guys. It's saying that Jordan Stevens is set to move to Barrow. Where do Barrow play? Like, that's quite a drop off for Jordan Stevens. They expected big things for Barrow. For Jordan Stevens for Barrow. I'm all over the shop here. Where do they play? Is it League Two? So League Two, the 4th tier of the English football pyramid. So Jordan Stevens is set to join them on loan with probably a view to permanent. Costa, again, Costa's been reported. So Peter O'Rourke said Costa has been made available for loan on transfer deadline day, with Leeds set to confirm the signing of Dan James from Manchester United. So that's quite interesting as well. Like I thought that he would want, more like 4 in the door, but he obviously sees the under-23s, Crescencio or Somerville, as being enough, so then can move Costa on. Obviously, Costa, he's not looked great, has it? And we know that Valencia hold an interest in Helder Costa. Phil Hayes, on record as saying that. He tweeted it this morning, saying one to watch the Helder Costa situation. I mentioned a while back that Valencia like him, so maybe Valencia could move for Helder Costa. Chris Plum says, don't lie, Joe, you got told how to pronounce Midgetland earlier. Yeah, but I don't know how to say it. Midgetland? I'll go for FC Midgetland. Bryce Hazana as well, guys. He could be joining up with Wrexham. So there's another exit. Obviously, these players are surplus to requirements. So Bryce Hazana set to join Wrexham, and Jordan Stevens to League Two Barrow. Another one is, of course, Robbie Gotts as well. He looks like he'll be exiting. In terms of where, I think I've seen something earlier. I think it might be Motherwell. I think Robbie Gotts could be on his way to Scotland. So Phil Hay looking like Robbie Gotts will leave today. Oldham, Barrow, Motherwell, all keen. So apparently Barrow are interested in him as well. He had a great loan while he was at Salford City, so I'm surprised they haven't gone to dip back in for him. But it looks like he'll go. I really like Robbie Gotts. Someone's mentioned it in the chat. I do really like Robbie Gotts. It's a shame it's not worked out, but it's a big step up, isn't it? This is what I keep saying to everyone as well. Like, to go from under 23s to Championship football was a big enough step as it is, but then Premier League football, guys, it's a massive step up. It's a massive step up. So looks like he'll be leaving as well. We're just waiting on the Helder Costa scenario, aren't we, to see if Helder Costa does in fact leave the club. Maybe if Helder Costa goes, does that free up more movement for Leeds? Can we move elsewhere and go again for a centre midfielder? It seems pretty quiet. Which normally you'd expect some sort of rumours, but we don't seem to be getting anything like that at this moment in time. Wolves winger Adama Traore is suspected to stay at Wolves. They want around about 50 million for him. Not that Leeds were ever genuinely interested in Adama Traore, but it looks like he'll be staying anyway. Just an update on England and Bamford. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has had to withdraw from the England squad. So it looks like he'll be hopefully starting. You never know, do you? But we're just waiting on Dan James now for the confirmed signature. Surely it's gonna happen. This was at 8:40. So according to journalist Michael Bailey, Leeds had been looking at a deal for Ryan Kent, a player Marcelo Bielsa had liked since the summer of 1920, and may have made an approach in the final days of the window. That was until Cristiano Ronaldo was confirmed by Manchester United, and Dan James, a player Bielsa has liked for even longer than Kent. So yeah, like I say, we're just waiting on that being confirmed. We need to see whether or not Helder Costa will stick around. Will he stay? I think he wants to move. I think the fact that Helder Costa liked, or followed Valencia was quite telling. Was really, really quite telling for me. So I think that's a move that he wants, that they want. So we'll have to wait and see. But as I say, I'm going to keep you updated all the way throughout, as often as I can. If anything does changes in the coming, hours. Like I say, I'm pretty free today. Let's get to some of your comments. Has Leeds completed the James deal now? Look, Fabrizio Romano tweeted late last night, to be fair. Let me just double check. So I think the paperwork's sealed. We know that he's been at Leeds for a medical. That'll all be done. They'll probably be doing all the stuff like the the presentation videos, announcement videos, all this sort of stuff. We know that Leeds United will have something up their sleeve, especially with the announcement of Dan James because of what happened last time. But yeah, let me just have a look for Fabrizio Romano's tweet here. This was 3 hours ago, guys. He said Daniel James deal has been completed. I'll share that with you so you can get your eyes on that. Just bear with me 1 minute. So you can see here it says Daniel James deal has been completed between Leeds and Manchester United, done and confirmed. It's a permanent move. Paperwork signed. Everton have never been in the race or hijacking the deal, of course. You know, I think that was put out by a few local journals, probably looking for bites. But look, Daniel James has been completed, and that's done and confirmed. And when Fabrizio Romano is sharing it, know that it's done, guys. So unless obviously there was a hiccup with a medical or anything like that, but I can't see that happening. I think we'll be totally fine in that area. Alison and Matty Adams says someone was pictured with Costa at Leeds Bradford the other day. Not sure where he was off to. Maybe just a break, you know, in the international break. He can't go play for Angola, I think he plays for, because they're in the red zone. So he's probably gone on holiday. It was the same with Robin Koch when we seen him at Germany. You know, they're probably going on holidays. They've got 2 weeks off now. If they're not called up to their international sides, then they're going to take that. So I wouldn't read too much into that. Snowell says, what do you think the fans of Valencia will be saying? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Smash the like, all says Alison and Matty Adams. Yeah, please do smash the like and vote for me in the Football Content Awards if you can. Let's see what the poll's saying. So are you happy with £25 million fee for Dan James? 68% of you have said yes, which you love to see, I think it's the going rate, isn't it? Raniby Leeds says Costa is Portuguese. Yes, but he doesn't play for Portugal. Do you want me to tell you which nation he plays for? Angola. Wait there, I'll tell you. I'm going to just confirm because you try to dig me out here and I'm just going to show you. Just bear with us 1 minute. So I'm going to share this with you here, bro. I'm going to put you in the bin here, Radaby Leeds. Okay? And I'll put you in the bin here, right? Coming for me. You better, if you're going to come for me, you better stand, you better be corrected, okay? Just bear with us 1 second and I'm going to show you now. So if you're going to come for me, you need to come. You need to come corrected, brother. You can see everyone saying it here, look. On the 16th of March 2020, Costa was called up to the Angolan squad for the upcoming matches in the African Cup of Nations. He was eligible as he had only played in a friendly fixture for Portugal. So there you go. He was called up to play against Gambia and Gabon. He's yet to make an appearance for that country. But yes, he is actually plays for Angola, bro. So there you go. Radaby Leeds, you've got to come with that. No, but he is Portuguese, mate. You're right, but yeah, he has not getting game time there, is he? I suppose so. And you can understand why, because like I say, he's played in a friendly, but you know he's not getting in there, is he? He can't get in Leeds United's first team squad, so he's definitely not getting in the Portuguese squad. That's for sure. Bobby says, "How dare you question Joe's knowledge? My knowledge isn't always great. I can't lie, but I knew that." Matt Sweeby says, "Joe dropping a knowledge bomb. Thank you for the members in the chat as well." Carl Watson says, "Burn." Oh, Radaby says, "Nah, never trust Wikipedia." No, that's fair enough. Yeah, it's not. I mean, I can change that data, but I can assure you guys that he is. I guess we could check Leeds United Twitter if you want. We could check Leeds United's Twitter because they'll have announced it as well that he got the call up to the Angola squad. He thinks he's Portuguese because it says Portugal on FIFA, says Lewis. No, Radaby Leeds has sure got better knowledge than that. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Steel S says it's a bit pricey, but it's a good transfer. I think it's a good transfer, and I think it's the perfect fit. It's like a hand in glove. It's like a hand in glove for me. So I think Dan James coming is a great one. Look, I'm hoping it'll be announced very, very soon. I don't know when that'll be, but you would hope it'll be Randy Leeds says, I humbly beg your forgiveness. You've already got my forgiveness, mate. Don't worry about it. But know that when I get something wrong in the future, which undoubtedly I will, I know you'll be back at me, but that's fine. Pecan says, Gotts is gone on permanent. Thought it was a loan. Look, the way I look at loans anyway at the minute, they're permanent, aren't they, in a sense? I know the club tell us the Pervada one's different. I don't believe it. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I think, look, even if it is down as a loan, it'll be a permanent one. It's loan with a view to a permanent, or loan until, you know, his contract runs down with Leeds or something and they can make the deal permanent. But it is just about getting these guys out and getting them game time. And I know, you know, I spoke to Robbie before when he went to Salford. He was worried about maybe the links between Manchester United, Leeds, all that sort of stuff. But he said, like, he just wants to play football, and that's all they want to do, right? That's all they want to do is just play football, and you can understand why. Guys, if you are watching and you are on social media as well, if you do see any links, you do see any news, then please do tag me in it on Twitter or Instagram or wherever else so I can get a look at it and we can discuss it on the show. Thank you for everyone who has joined as well. Please do smash a like on the stream. Pecan says the stats back you up on that with the permanent stuff, definitely. Alison and Matty Adams say if Dan James going to Wales squad, we'll probably need to wrap up a deal quite quick, I would think. Yeah, you would have to agree with that, wouldn't you? Like I say, you definitely would have to agree with getting it done. And I think that's the plan. Snowell says, I think Pervada will be back, just needs some games. A decent talent. Yeah, a decent talent. I just don't know whether or not he can make the step up to the Premier League, in my opinion. I think it's mad that Dan James has had so many football clubs. Not Dan James, man. What am I doing? That Pervada has had. It's because, look, this proves that men struggle to multitask, because I've got things going on up here and I've got this going on here and I keep getting names wrong and all that sort of stuff. But you don't come here for that, do you? You don't. You know you don't get that with me. But yeah, I don't know on Pervada. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. I'm just gonna share something I seen earlier on as well. I just want to get your thoughts on the window as a whole. Junior Firpo, 13 million. Jack Harrison in at 10 million. Dan James, 25. And Christopher Claassen at 1.6. How's everyone's thoughts and feelings on the window as a whole? Are you happy with it? Is it decent? Do you think it's too pricey? Let's have a look at your comments. He bossed the Man City game last season. I know it was only one game, but that's a window into the potential. Fair enough, Snowell. I'm just not sold on it. Someone saying on Sky Valencia have inquired about Costa. Right, okay, I've not seen that. Let me just put that in there and see. I'll tell you what, we'll type in Twitter, Helder Costa, Valencia, and see what's going on there. Yeah, okay. So Football Daily, this was 9 minutes ago. Valencia have inquired about signing Helder Costa from Leeds United. The Portuguese forward likely to fall down the pecking order at Elland Road with an imminent arrival of Dan James from Manchester United. So thank you very much for that, Alison, for updating me there. So it looks like Helder Costa will be leaving. We know that Valencia hold an interest. We know that he like for me, the fact that he followed them on Instagram, I know it seems trivial, but it makes sense, that, doesn't it? Why would he do that? It's like Louis Steiner's mentioned Leo Hagel did here. He did the same. Helder he was following Celtic and then he started following Leeds United on Instagram. They were the only two clubs he followed. I remember it happening at the time. And then when it came out from Phil that he was linked with a move to Valencia, we then see him start following them, So it's pretty obvious to me. Just a new big update as well, guys, on the Dan James situation now while we are live. Let me just share this with you. You can see here Phil Blanche, sports reporter, covers Wales. He said Wales making other arrangements for Dan James to join them in Finland tonight. He's undergoing Leeds medical now, unable to rejoin squad before they fly from Cardiff. So it looks like he'll be joining up with the squad later because, of course, his I guess not that one, guys. We'll put it to that one, or do we do that one? We'll do this one. That's a little bit better. So yeah, look, if we look at that one there, so Wales again, multitasking. Wales making other arrangements for Dan James to join them in Finland tonight, undergoing Leeds medical now, unable to rejoin the squad before they fly from Cardiff. So it's moving. It's obviously. Oh, there we go. We're getting reports here as well. Look, Radio Estadio claim Valencia have inquired about the availability of Helder Costa. So the Valencia have asked about the signing of Helder Costa from Leeds United. So it looks like Helder Costa could well be on his way out of the door as well. And Dan James is coming in. Are we happy? Would you like to see Costa stay in possibly? Let me know in the comments. Do you feel that the depth has not got any better in a sense because we're losing one? Someone's actually replied, LUFC Yorkshire, Dave Ordney, has replied to the Sky's tweet saying, good reporting, FYI, he's not Portuguese. Good man. I love that. I'm getting tagged in some stuff now on social media as well. So thank you very much for those that are doing that as well. Legends. Phil here. No, I thought it was a big Phil here one there. He's just plugging his book again. Remember, I will have Phil here on the Just Your Football show as well during the international break. He's going to come and join us as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. As always, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's free for you to do, so please do subscribe. And like the video as well. Let's get as many people in as we can. We are on the road to 7,000, guys. 7,000 subscribers in such a short space of time. It's been amazing. So thank you. So are you happy with the £25 million fee for Dan James? 69% of you, or 68, sorry, have said yes. So that's pretty glowing. Let's get another poll going on there now. Let's find out your thoughts on Helder Costa, guys. For some reason, that's not letting me put a poll up. Just give me 1 second while I just quickly refresh that, and we'll get a poll on the go. So we're going to ask the question, are you sad to see Costa go? So there we go. Make sure you vote in that poll as well that he's there. No, he's Shizer. Alison says, Costa not good enough, but we still need a CM. Yeah, in an ideal scenario, we would, right? Like, what you'll find is I'm hoping, like, I'll do this for a little while, and then I'm hoping we might go live later on this evening when Leeds United have pushed through a deal for Lewis O'Brien. But at the minute, as I say, it looks like Dan James will be confirmed shortly. However short that is, I'm not too sure. And then, of course, Helder Costa could be on his way to Valencia. That'll have to move pretty quick. Of course, the window shuts in, 11 hours, is it? Sorry, not 11 hours. It closes at 11 p.m. I don't know how many hours that is. Maths isn't my strong point. Maybe Somerville be used on the bench. I think so, yeah. I think that's what it'll look like. I think Helder Costa, Somerville will be used on the bench as opposed to Helder Costa. But then again, will he get much game time? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see, because I don't know where you guys, your head's at, but I want to know in the chat. Do you see Leeds United forking out such a big fee for a player that's going to sit on the bench? Surely that's not going to be the situation that we find ourselves in, that he will be sat on the bench for such a high price. You know, I just can't see it. Greg says, how much do you feel we'll get for Costa? I don't know. Like, what did we pay for him? Was it 18 million? I'm just not sure that we'll get anywhere close to that, if we're being totally honest. I don't know. 10 million? I don't know. Paul G says, why do fans care about the price? It ain't our money. We just get a solid player. That's a fair point. It isn't our money, is it? Gamer Guy Ethan says, no, Costa is terrible. Snow says it's pricey. We don't really want to pay more than 20 million, but I'm still looking forward to seeing him under Bielsa. That's the thing, isn't it? Harmony says, Jens Kajusta wants to sign for us. He's just waiting for the call. Orta needs to get on the phone ASAP. I hope that's true. Harmony, you're his compatriot. Please tell me you've been in touch with Jens. And he's going to tell you that, yeah, I'm waiting for Leeds United to make the call. We need to hear from LUFC fan zone, don't we? We need them to get into the mix and start speaking to agents and stuff. We haven't heard from them for a couple of days, so maybe their contacts have gone quiet. Gamer Guy Ethan says, Joe, can you get the time we signed Dan James? I'm not to see. I'm not too sure, mate, when that'll be. I was hoping it'd be 12. I'm not going to lie. I was hoping it'd be 12 so that we could just discuss the signature live online. But it looks like it's not going to be that. Maybe it'll be 1 o'clock. You've just got to keep waiting for the hours because it'll be on the hour. It's not going to be 1/2 past, 1/4 past, 20 past. It'll be on the hour. So we'll just keep drum rolling. Maybe it'll be 1 o'clock. Let's wait and see. Snarl says, sad to see any of the squad leave with the odd exception. Just got here, is Costa going? Andrew, it looks like he could well be on his way out, mate. Valencia have inquired about the services of a Helder Costa. Matt says, Rodrigo, he's sat on the bench. I had this same conversation on the One Leeds football channel as well. He's not, though, really, is he? Like, Rodrigo's used. When he's available, Rodrigo starts. He started against Manchester United. He'd have started against Everton had he not had a knock. Bielsa was on record as saying that, Matt. He said, had he have started, had he been fit, I'm just messing with my light, guys. Had he have been fit, I'd have started him. And then he started against, he started against Crew in the Cup, and he started against Burnley at the weekend, and he'll start against Liverpool. So Rodrigo isn't really sat on the bench, I don't think, anyway. And every time it's mentioned, every time he's mentioned, Bielsa says, get him in there, get him in there. There's a lot of people that say he sits on the bench, but I don't think he does. When he's fit, he starts. I don't think, anyway. Whether you agree or disagree with that, because to be honest, the way it's been panning out so far this season, I think Tyler Roberts is a better option to start. But there you go. Gamer Guy Ethan says, no, it was 20 million, I think, for Costa. Russell says, forking out a lot of money for a player on the bench. Yeah, but Rodrigo's not, though. Honestly, ask you when he's fit, he starts. When he's fit, he starts. 11 million, I think, says Pekin for Costa. Harmony says Costa moved 25p in a Mars bar. 15 is right. At a push, any chance of Jack covering left back, James playing left wing, leaving Dallas in midfield? Possibly. I know a few people have mentioned that, saying that that they see Harrison, he could play at left back. I know Oscar's an advocate of that as well. I know Oscar spoke to someone at Man City, he had friends, connections there. A guy called Kuko, I think it was. And he used to say they see him as a left back. So there you go. It could be an option, couldn't it? It definitely could be an option. Let's get to some more of your comments. So we'll have to wait and see on that one, I guess. Keep your comments coming in, guys. Let's see how the poll is doing as well. 80% of you are not sad to see Costa go. Not sad. Luke Riddle says swap Costa for O'Brien. I think that would be key, wouldn't it? Swapping Costa for O'Brien. I think we would all love that. Whether or not Huddersfield will take it, it's a totally different kettle of fish, isn't it? just reporting as well, guys. Leeds United Live just saying, in reference to the fee that we've paid. I know a lot of people are saying that it's not worth it. But if you see here, like Tammy Abraham, 23-year-old, 36 million to Roma, 24-year-old Emi Buendia, he went to Aston Villa for 35 million. Martin Odegaard from plays at Arsenal from Real Madrid, 22-year-old, went for 32 million. Joe Willock, 22-year-old, 26 million. We're getting Dan James at 23, 25 million with the potential that it rises. So that's fair enough. I think that's fair enough. I don't know what your guys' thoughts on that are, but I think it's fair enough. So many people, replying to Football Daily, saying that Costa is actually Angolan. Yeah, tell them, man. Get them told. I love to see it. I don't know if any has seen the Mark Goldbridge thing as well yesterday, where he said that, best welcome video any player could wish for, when he was referencing Dan James and us singing "You're too rubbish to play for Leeds," but he forgot that the Manchester United fans were setting fire to Ronaldo shirts. So let's not forget that, Mr. Goldbridge. Snell says, if you look at them figures, 25 million doesn't look as bad as our first four. And that's the thing as well. Like, I think Emi Buendia is obviously a fantastic talent, did well last time in the Premier League under with Norwich, who went down. I think Tammy Abraham as well, going for that price. I'd have loved him at Leeds. I think Tammy Abraham's a great striker. It's just my opinion. And I think Joe Willock is in that ballpark, guys. So I think the fact that 25 million, I know a lot of people aren't happy with it, but ultimately, like, he's played at Manchester United at the top of the Premier League. He's played European football. He's scored in Europe. He plays for his national side. I think 25 million's not that. It's not that much. We've got Harmony here saying she's going to get. These are the members of JUSTJOE FC. Priority reply to comments, guys. We'll pop him on speed dial, says Harmony. She's going to ring Jens Costa for us. Gamer Guy Ethan wants to know if indeed he texts back. Luke Riddle, is Herrera still at City? Yeah, Yangel Herrera is still available, I believe. Let's just have a look and see where he's currently at, and just see what the news reports are saying about Yangel Herrera. It says Yangel Herrera. So this is in the Manchester Evening News, guys. Let's see what these guys are saying on Yangel Herrera. Yangel Herrera, who is in the Venezuelan midfielder that could make deadline day millions for Man City. Let's see about his move. Herrera is 23-year-old. Just giving us a bit of insight on him. Is there anything? What kind of player is he? They're not telling us in terms of anywhere he could move. How much is he worth? His injury in June might have acted to cool reported interest from the likes of Southampton, West Ham and Leeds, but City are not willing to accept a knockdown fee. So it doesn't look like he'll be moving at this moment in time. Maybe there's an option for a loan with a view to buy. I'm not sure. Plenty of reports now coming out about Valencia and Costa. Looks like he could be moving on, as I say, to Valencia in this window. He's been made available to loan. We'll have to wait and see if there is indeed any movement for him. Just having a look on the Twitter sphere. There's nothing new reported as of yet. We will have to sit tight and wait and see. But yeah, it looks like he's still at City at this moment in time. We'll have to wait and see if anything happens there. Dylan Howard says Sheffield United have signed Gibbs White. Good signing that with Hurahan. Gibbs White at Wolves, that is a good signing if that's the one you're talking about. And I think Conor Hurahan is as well, to be honest. Herrera is a shout. Surprised we haven't looked at him harder, says Robert. Yeah, that's fair enough. Wolves want 50 million for Adama. Yeah, it's not happening. I think Spurs may be the ones that will go for him if indeed anyone does. Liam says might be able to get Herrera on loan with a view to buy if it doesn't look like they'll be able to sell. Harmony says if James is worth 25, then Adama is worth 100 million. You really don't like him, eh? You really don't like Dan James. Harmony, man. What are you going to do when he plays his debut against Liverpool and scores a goal? Harmony, I'm really surprised how much you hate. Well, not hate. Hate's a strong word, isn't it? Hunar says DJ scored in the Champions League, Europa League, Prem and Cup games for us. Don't be ungrateful. He'll be worth the fee, trust me, especially under Bielsa. That's from a Manchester United fan. Listen, I'm on board with it, mate, and I think the coaching under Bielsa is second to none. Okay, Pep Guardiola's up there. There is other great coaches, but I just love Bielsa and what he does with players and what he's done with our own players. And you're right. This is what I mean. People forget Dan James. Manchester United bought Dan James for 15 million. And then since then, he's played in the Champions League, Europa League, played at the top of the Premier League, and also obviously in Cups, which is by the by. But he's played in Europe. He's played at the top of the league. He started 2 of Manchester United's first 3 games, the 2 games they've won. And for them to make a £10 million profit, it's fair enough, guys. It's fair enough. I think it's the going rate. And as we've shared earlier, when you've got players that are leaving for similar sort of prices in his age range, like Tammy Abraham, Buendia, Odegaard, Willock, okay, you might look at Odegaard, Abraham, Buendia and say, well, yeah, they're probably better players, but they've gone for 32 million, 35 and 36 million respectively. So they've gone for higher prices. Whereas Joe Willock, which is more in his roundabout mark, has gone for 26, which is where Dan James is at. I think it's a good move, a smart move. Even saying Adama's not worth 100 million. He's not worth 100 pence, mate, in my opinion. There you go. Nicholas Griffin says James is better than Traore. Sorin says DJ will not play against Liverpool. Not enough time for him to get up to speed with the team. That's fair. That's fair as well, mate. It depends, doesn't it? Depends how his international break goes. It depends how that goes, and it depends obviously if he can get up to speed. Greg says, are you doing a watch along during the international break, Joe? Yeah, I'll be doing the England games. I won't be doing one on Thursday when the first one is out because we've got before the whistle blows. So we'll be doing it before the whistle blows, just looking at the transfer window. So we'll be doing that. But the other games I will be doing that. Let's have a look. Look at this. Though. This is true from Stephen LUFC matching on together. Says DJ, Jack and Raf on the attack for Leeds will be fire. Harmony says, if that happens, Joe, I will buy myself a great big humble pie on Uber Eats. Do it, man. Do it. We want to see you eat it as well. So Harmony, you'll have to come on this show. You'll come on as a guest, and we want to see you eating that humble pie. Yeah, I love that. Dan says, how fitting would it be when James signs with us and the next game against Manchester United, he scores the winner? That would be class, wouldn't it? Lee Waters says, in fact, you can't eat the humble pie. You've got to buy a Leeds United shirt with Dan James on the back. Yeah. Definitely. Mark says James isn't fully a full-time regular at Manchester United. No, and I understand that. I mean, you've got to remember the talent that they have. And I think that's why sometimes as well, he stands out a bit like a sore thumb, because when you've got players like Pogba and Bruno that are on the different wavelength, on a different trajectory to all the rest of the players normally within that squad, of course he's going to struggle. Like, you know, you've got players like Donny van der Beek who can't even get a game, and these sort of players would walk into Leeds United's side. They're the facts, guys. You know, who's their worst winger? Anthony Martial. I do think he's pants, but they didn't. You know, they paid paid a lot of money for Martial, didn't they? So, do you know what I mean? Ian Aspin says he needs to update his social media. We don't want to see Manchester United plastered everywhere. No, that's a fair assessment. Just let me reply to my brother. He's trying to get a Liverpool ticket, and they go on sale, don't they? 1 p.m. I think 1 p.m. they go on sale today, Tuesday, or is it next Tuesday, or is it this Tuesday? I'm not sure. I know they go on sale anyway. So he'll be ringing me like that, panicking about that sort of stuff. So I just had to quickly reply to him there. Is Costa gone, says Mark Wright? Not yet, mate. Costa isn't gone anywhere yet, but it looks like he will be moving on. Valencia have inquired about him. Leeds United are willing to move him on. They've made him available for loan. It'll be loan with a view to a permanent deal, I'd imagine. Now that Dan James is in the door, it means that, of course, he'll be available. So we'll have to wait and see on it, mate. I expect it to get done though. Dale Steele says finally we've got a replacement for Pablo. See, I don't think he's a replacement for Pablo, Dan James, but what we have to remember is as well, I know a lot of people mention Pablo, but he didn't play last season, did he? He didn't really play last season, so I think the perfect window for Leeds United is a left back, which we've done, a winger, which we've done, and then we need a centre midfielder. Is it too much to ask to get a centre midfielder in the door? You know, if we could get a centre midfielder, it'd be a perfect window for us. Look at that. Graham Smith there tweeted out done deal. And he's on about a walk that he did. He's absolutely doing us off. There you go. Look, will it be a rhubarb pie? Yeah, she eats rhubarb pie. It's not about that life. Martin Joe says, good show, Joe. Thank you very much, mate. Continue as well, guys. Please do smash the like, share it around and that as well. We've got 470 live viewers, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you all for being here. Please do smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. We've got 178 likes. There's over 470 people watching. Please do smash a like. Come on. You can do me a solid in that area as well. Are you sad to see Costa go? 79% have said no. So they all want, you're all happy. You can also vote for me as well, guys, in the Football Content Awards. The link is pinned to the description. Not to the description, sorry, to the chat. If you click that, it'll take you straight through and you're just best new content creator. The Just Joe football show. If you could do that, that would be greatly appreciated, guys. Ian Aspin says apparently Tottenham have bid 35 million for Adama. That's probably. Thank you, Simon, as well, for retweeting that on social media. No way, he's not a replacement for Pablo, says Ethan. We've got 466 in the chat. Smash the like for Joe. Yeah, please do. We need to get you to 10k subs, says Omar. Make it happen, mate. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. That would be greatly appreciated if you could. We're on that road, aren't we? We're on that road. We're on that road to 7k. I think that's the next stop for the Just Joe football show. So let's get there. Let's have a look. Andrew Marshall says, compare Harrison from 3 years ago to today. Different, better, more rounded player, still improving. Just imagine DJ in 3 years under Bielsa. Class player, just needs the right mentor. In Bielsa we trust. Yeah, definitely would go along with that sentiment as well. Robert says, would be nice if it's only a loan and he kicks on at Valencia. So do you mean you want to see him back? I don't think he'll come back, mate. I wouldn't want him back either. I just don't think he's good enough, mate, in my opinion. Not when you compare him with Rafinha. It's just a totally different ball game. Dan says, would you prefer to see a last-minute loan to buy move for Winks or buy O'Brien? I'd rather buy O'Brien. The club are interested in O'Brien. Apparently, Harry Winks was offered to Leeds United, and we just turned it down flat. Apparently, that's the situation. So it's clear that Leeds United don't like Harry Winks or don't think he's a viable option because he has been offered to Leeds United. So there you go. Another player who's previously been linked with Leeds, it was last year, Celtic striker Eduardo. He's going to be moving. Oh, I thought it was Crystal Palace. Yeah. So it looks like Everton, Arsenal, Leicester, Newcastle have all talked to him at some point, but he is going to be joining up with Crystal Palace. So that's a new one for you as well. Arsenal as well have completed the signature of Tomiyasu from Bologna. I think he's a centre-back, I believe. I'm almost certain that he is a centre-back. He's pacey as well, I think, Tomiyasu. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me just double-check that. Him and Ben White at the back, they do need that. And yeah, he's a centre-back or right-back. It's a good signing, that. He's very pacey. Him and Ben White at the back could work a treat for them, maybe. So that's an improvement on Arsenal's defence. And God, do they need it. God, do they need it. Dave's watching all the way from Australia. Nice. There we go. Bobby says, I've just got tickets to England versus Hungary in October. Hopefully I get to see Bamford score a hat-trick. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Andrew Saxon says, bring back Saiz. I love Saiz. I don't even think he's getting game time where he plays now currently. His attitude stunk, didn't it, really? And it's a shame because he could have been proper good under Bielsa. He was for a short period of time. I would love a player like him. I would have loved Mateus Pereira, of course, but he's gone to Saudi. I would love someone like that in that Pablo Hernandez mould, 100%. I would like that, but the club ain't looking for that, it would seem, are they, guys? I don't think we get a midfielder. However, I would love it if we could. Let's have a look. We've had Jamie Farrell. Oh, look at John B there talking about rhubarb and custard. Jamie Farrell has become a member of Just Joe Football Show. Thank you so much for your support, Jamie. That means an absolute lot, mate. You have become a member of Just Joe Football Show. Welcome to the gang. We call it Just Joe FC. When we've got loads of members, man, we're going to do merch and all sorts. I want to see you in your Just Joe FC t-shirts now. But thank you so much, Jamie Farrell. If you would like to become a member, guys, it's £4.99 a month. It's not something you have to do. If you would like to, it's just a way to help and support the channel and help, I got a new laptop I got new lights, all that sort of stuff. It doesn't just go in the skyrocket. It gets spent on improving the quality of the content. So thank you so much for doing that, mate. It's a massive help. Matt says welcome to Jamie Farrell. Gonzalo says, okay, we already have a new signing. Who are we going for now, Joe? I'm hoping we'll go for a midfielder, bro. A centre midfielder. Jordan Dix says he missed Alioski. I don't miss Alioski. He was rubbish, guys. He wasn't rubbish. That's being harsh. It is being harsh, but do you know what I mean? It wasn't up to the level. Let's just go for a quick dip round the houses, guys. So let's just have a Leeds United. Obviously, we have until 11 p.m. tonight to conclude any summer activity. Robbie Gotts looks like he will be leaving. He's had loan spells away from the club at Lincoln City, Salford City, and now Barrow, Oldham Athletic, and Motherwell are reportedly looking to sign the 21-year-old midfielder on a permanent deal. So we'll have to wait and see if he does indeed bring in a fee. Jordan Stevens, 21-year-old winger. He's had loan spells at Swindon and Bradford since joining Leeds and a trial at Harrogate Town. Obviously, that trial didn't come to fruition or didn't get him a move. And he looks like he could be joining up with League Two side Barrow. Of course, Bryce Hosanna as well, guys. The 22-year-old defender spent last season on loan at Bradford City. And he has now with one of several options being considered by National League side Wrexham. So they're looking at him as well. Bobby Camwer, he was also on loan at Rotherham and couldn't confirm, or couldn't acquire a deal, as it were, but he looks like he'll be leaving as well. And then, of course, Dan James will be coming in at some point today. Helder Costa, we know that Valencia hold an interest in him. That's all that the YEP are currently reporting they see happening. Will that change? Hopefully we'll see a centre midfielder in the door. We need to get some updates, don't we? We need to get some updates from outside Elland Road like we were getting last night to see if we are, Victor Orta's busy in the room, maybe getting some more over the line. I would hope so. Lewis says he's in queue for Liverpool tickets. I bet there's a massive queue, isn't there? There's a massive queue. Jamie Farrell says, cheers, Joe. Only been watching for about a month. But I love your content and watch every day. He watches every day. Thank you so much, Jamie Fowler, for your continued support, mate, and becoming a member massively helps the channel. So thank you so much for that, mate. You're an absolute legend. Ollie Ward's in the chat as well. Ollie Ward, make sure you check out Ollie Ward's YouTube channel. Really good at what he does. Really enjoyed watching it. Just the other morning, in fact, I was watching it, mate. So yeah, big shout out Ollie Ward. Make sure you check him out. You can also vote for Ollie Ward in the Football Content Awards along with myself. He's up for best young content creator. So yeah, just like Go99 has, who's just voted for me, you too can also vote for me. So please do that. It's pinned in the description, or not in the description, it's in the chat. Michael Thompson has just voted as well. Thank you so much. Ollie, if you're still watching, mate, and you want to jump on, just send me a WhatsApp, mate, and I'll send you the link, and you can jump on if you like, and we can have a chat about your thoughts with the current window situation. But like I say, I'm hopeful that we get a centre midfielder. Someone's just made the admission that it's now 1 o'clock and we still don't have an announcement, guys. I know, I'm quite surprised. I'm quite surprised that we don't have an announcement yet, which is quite frustrating. I was hoping that we would get one at 1 o'clock, but we haven't got one, which is a shame. So we're still waiting for that to come through. Just getting, Arsenal agree £17 million deal to sign Bologna defender Tomiyasu. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. So that's a done deal. There we go. John B says it's 1 p.m. and it's time for lunch. That's probably what it is. Grit says, any news on Daryl DK? Not that I've seen, mate. Matthew Jenkinson says, can't see anyone else coming in, Joe, after Dan James. Leeds happy with the team, mate. It's probably true. I'm hoping that's wrong. Yeah, let me know, Ollie. That's fine, mate. No worries, brother. Hi, Joe. How's it going? I'm at work. Yeah, all good, mate. We've still not confirmed. Still not confirmed yet that Dan James is done. However, we know that he's having a medical. We've been told that he'll be turning up late to the Wales squad. He's going to make his own ways to Finland for their games because the medical and the deal hasn't been sorted out yet. So, you know, we're still waiting on that one. But yeah, Valencia, just for an update, guys, we're still waiting for it to be confirmed. Robbie Gotts, Bryce Susanna, Bobby Camwa, Jordan Stevens all look like they'll be leaving the club on deadline day. West Helder Costa is a possibility. Maybe we'll see him exit the club. And we're still waiting for confirmation on Dan James, guys. We're still waiting for confirmation on Dan James. But look, guys, we've done an hour. As I say, keep it locked at the Just Joe Football Show. Get your notification bell smacked because I will be coming live again at some point during the day when things start moving a little bit more. But it looks like it's gone pretty quiet so far. So let's give it a little bit of time. I don't just want to sit here boring you to tears. Make sure you keep it locked, though. And, of course, do hit that notification bell. And then when something happens, bam, sorry, we'll be back on it as well. So just keep it locked, as I say. If you hear any news, see any news in the meantime, make sure you drop it me on social media. And I'll see you again shortly, man. I'll see you again. I think what we'll do is just keep popping live throughout the day as things happen, see if we've got any developments. Ian Aspin says, you'll end the stream and an announcement will be made. Well, just keep it locked because I'll go back live, man. I'll go back live. Don't sweat it. But thank you, as always, for watching. Smash the like button, as Ollie says there. Make sure you check out Ollie Ward's channel as well. Smash the like button, and yeah, I'll catch you all very soon when hopefully. Oh, let's have a look. What's this? Let's have a look. Victor Orta reveals how Leeds United first identified Daniel James ahead of move. That's old news. That's old. That's old news. Back to scraping the net for news. Says Robert Hall. Yeah, Harmony says there's still plenty of time for it to collapse yet. She's like that. Please collapse. Please collapse. Please collapse. She's not a fan. But no, listen, keep it locked. Thank you as always for watching. I'll be back very, very soon as anything happens. But yeah, I'm going to go. Oh, deadline day. What's this? Keith Downey. He's outside Elland Road. Give me a sec. One sec, guys. I'm just listening to him. He's live at Elland Road. Second part of the medical now. It's in the final stages. Cameraman. Right. Okay. So it turns out that the Sky cameras have just seen all the social media team, everyone turning up at Elland Road, waiting for Dan James to come from the second part of his medical. There he is. They're showing us clips, obviously, of when it happened back in 2019. Yeah. 25 million. Agreed, all done. Okay, so it looks like they're waiting now. Yeah. So we're waiting now. Sorry, guys, I'm just listening. Right, there we go. That's that. So basically what they're waiting on, guys, is the medical. Second part of the medical is going on as we speak. They've seen the social media team, which is the likes of Tom Kerwin, is the likes of Digital Wilson. All these other guys have shown up ready to do the announcement. So it looks like we might be a long way off yet, because the fact that he's not completed the second part of his medical, will know that he'll need to then go to Elland Road. He'll then have all the pictures and stuff taken, which will then be announced. So we could be looking at later on in the afternoon, guys, maybe towards the evening. But as I say, keep it locked at the Just Joe Football Show. Get your notification bell smashed, and I'll see you all very, very shortly. Thank you for watching, liking, new members, super chats, all that sort of chat. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Thank you very much. Keep it locked, guys.